Assalamualaikum, my name is Mohamad Aliff Shahbirin, and right now I will present my research on the perception of zakat payers on zakat collection, distribution and disclosure of zakat information. So right now we move to the brief introduction on the study. So zakat activities have shown a positive trend and are growing, especially in Malaysia. The huge task of collecting and distributing large amount of public monies requires proper disclosure and good governance. In Malaysia, zakat institutions are governed by the State Islamic Religious Council or SIRC, which are responsible for collecting and distributing zakat funds. Each of these SIRCs are coordinated at national or federal level by a department formed by the government. The Department of Awqaf, Zakat and Hajj, also known as Jawhar, was formed to coordinate and promote these zakat institutions and to uplift their effectiveness and efficiencies. However, the ability of zakat institution in managing the funds of zakat is still doubtful and questionable. In addition, some zakat payers, either individuals or organizations, refuse to pay zakat at the institution instead of paying it directly to the eligible zakat recipients, or decided not to pay at all. After that, there are also problems with the distribution of zakat, where some zakat institutions have not recorded the distribution of zakat directly, so that it can be the cost of an effective distribution process. Next, the current scenario show lacks of proper information dissemination provided by the zakat institution, where this situation left the public in quest on how this money was managed. So now we move to the objective of the study. So this study tries to capture how zakat payers perceive the collection, distribution and disclosure of zakat information, which focus on the responsibility of the SIRC or zakat institutions. It also aims to make a generalization from observation and use the result of the survey to create analysis and proper discussions. Next, we move to the research method used in this study. So the sample used for this study consists of 54 teachers from the Sekolah Tuanku Abdul Rahman, also known as STAR, at Ipoh, Perak. This school is a premier, fully residential secondary school that is funded by the government of Malaysia. In order to attain the research objective, an online survey was conducted to obtain the opinion of the respondent on the zakat collection, distribution and disclosure. A total of 54 teachers were selected to complete the survey. Out of these 54 teachers, only 32 teachers returned the complete survey. Next, in section A of the questionnaire, demographic information on respondent was gathered, while section B of the questionnaire covered the opinion on zakat collection, distribution and disclosure. The Likert scale was used to measure the level of agreement among the respondents, starting from the strongly disagree, followed by the disagree, neutral, agree and strongly agree. These questions were designed in Google form and analyzed using tables. So the survey was conducted for 2 weeks, starting from 19th of June until 3rd July. Next, I move to the findings of this study. So right now, I will divide the finding into 2 sections, which is section A and section B. So for the section A will be the demographic information of the respondent. So most of the respondents are female. In terms of age, most of the respondents were in the range of 35 to 44 years old. Then there were no respondents from the range of 65 years old and above. Out of all the respondents, only 7% were single, while the others are married. Most of the respondents have a range of 1 to 5 children, while 7 respondents have no children yet. Then, there are also various positions or grades of the respondents involved in this study. Half of them are in the grade of DG44, while the others are in the grade DG41 and DG48. Then, most of the respondents are having 3 to 6 years of experience in their current position. There are also 3 respondents who are working for almost 9 to 12 years in their position right now. Then, in terms of income, most of the respondents have income range from 3,000 ringgit to 5,000 ringgit. Only 1% has income above 10,000 ringgit. Finally, for the educational level of the respondent, this study found that most of the respondents are bachelor degree holders. So we move to the section B of the findings, which is study on the perception of zakat payers on collection, distribution and disclosure of zakat. So we move to the collection of zakat first. So, majority of the respondent, which is 56.3%, agree that only the State Islamic Religious Council or SIRC should collect zakat, while the others of the respondents disagree with the statement. And then 14 respondents agree that zakat payers should pay zakat only through SIRC, while the other 7 respondents disagree with the statement. So these two statements show that the majority of the respondents are trusted and willing to pay their zakat through SIRC or zakat institution. Then majority of the respondents, which is 59.4%, agree that zakat should be collected through online payment, while only 12.5% of the respondents agree that zakat should be collected through direct payment or to the zakat counters. So this shows that zakat payers prefer an online payment more than paying directly through the zakat counter. After that, we move to the distribution of zakat. Most of the respondents, which is 56.3%, agree that only SIRC or zakat institution should distribute the zakat collection, while 18.7% of the respondents disagree with the statement. So this shows that majority of the zakat payer trusted the zakat institution in distribution of the zakat funds. Then most of the respondents, which is 43.8%, disagree that zakat funds should be invested to gain more profit in order to help the zakat recipients. This is because investment is a risky activity, and majority of the respondents strongly agree that any losses of investment should be borne by zakat administration. Next, for the disclosure of zakat information, majority of the respondents, which is 53.1%, agree that any information regarding the collection and distribution of zakat should be disseminated or disclosed to the public. And then most of the respondents agree that they have ready access to any information regarding the zakat administration through web page and also the talk such as on TV, radio and social media. So this shows that most of the respondents are more interested in using technologies and online platform in accessing information about zakat. Next, we move to the limitation of this study. So the limitation of this study are that there is still a limited number of people who participate in this study, which is limited to the teachers at one school only. And this study also has no accommodate to the different views of community groups such as teachers from other schools or people from other organizations. Next, we move to the conclusion of this study. In conclusion, the position of zakat payers on zakat collection, distribution and disclosure in Malaysia is very important, especially to zakat institution to develop a better zakat system to fulfill the needs of zakat payers. According to the findings of a study, all the variables studied had a positive perception by the zakat payers, and there are a few adjustments and improvement can be suggested to zakat institution. So in the future, I hope I can propose the expansion of the scope of the study by including people from other states to generalize the result to a broader population. So that's all. Thank you.